somehow I just never learn. In the back of the schoolyard, where we used to play hide and seek.
Brings everyone from Busch Gardens, musical capital. I can't go anywhere without listening to classic rock or whatever that is. So we're going to do a couple of connections. I'm trying to GoPro out. That should be interesting. I can't connect to my phone for some reason. That's not a big deal. So, oh yeah, it's like music mania here, no matter where I go. I'm like in between all of it. There's a speaker over there, a speaker over here. I just saw Valerian. Yes, you know, 1,000 Planets, whatever you call it. It wasn't bad. This is my first thoughts, because I won't be uploading this for another week. It was alright. It was decent. It was, yeah, I don't know. They have these like tall people in it, and they were not in it very much, which probably made it a little bit more interesting. The second half of it, I kind of fell asleep, so it was alright. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was worth seeing. But a lot of the points I was making were a great point. You know, it was still good. But yeah, it's long. 2 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. So anyway, it's worth seeing if you can. If you can, you know, it's Netflix and other things like that. So that's about it. So I'll ground and see what it comes through. Yeah, they have their music blasting, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go. So, all right, blessings, and see you guys later. Greetings, I am Cayman. One moment. A white reptilian from Alpha Centori. The reason I call myself Cayman Islands, ha ha ha. We are less connected to your world, but I'll try not to make a big impression on it, not make a big deal about it. Many alien species are under your, or within your waters, I should say. That's probably a better way of saying it. Our connection to you is we're bringing peace to your planet as your human wants to make non-peace. And, you know, some of them do not. And many of your more warmongers are actually in your government at this time. They're ready to hit a button, as just in case you were wondering. Some of the most violent people on your planet are in your government at this time, behind a desk with a lot of access to many things they should not have access to. And they're also causing chaos in your society. As for chemical warfare, they're much involved with that also. Just in case you were wondering. In case you even care. We do see a peacefulness coming to your humanity, but first they have to let go of their fucking ugly bullshit. A lot of it has to do with fear. It always comes to aliens, which is fine. We're not like we're going to appear anytime soon. Your world is way too chaotic for us to even show ourselves. You don't even aware of your own abilities for us to even, you can't even connect with us because you're too busy being afraid to saying that we do not exist or whatever other kind of nonsense you pull out of your pocket. But our connection to you is that we can teach society how to rebuild your planet. Right now you're good at being materialistic, as you can see. How you can, yes, build force fields, but also build cities out of your own mind's consciousness. But that, yes, takes a lot of effort, especially at a third density environment. The only thing you can create is what you have now, but it can go much further than that, but many aren't really ready for that. Help rebuild your cultures, as your cultures are still at war with each other, as you can see. That's not, and that little hatred that's going on within humanity at this time has a lot to do with racism, which is going to do a lot. Actually, a lot of insectoids have a lot to do with racism because they have a problem with humans. Some of them do, at least. So it's like, why don't you go fight each other? Because we don't really care much for it. We don't care if you destroy ourselves. Yeah, insectoids have an issue with humans. A big problem with humans, actually. Of course, insectoids aren't perfect. Humans aren't perfect. Insectoids are in some ways jealous of humanity in some regard. They're just not very well at showing it. One moment. They try to deny it in some of their own ways. There are actually many vortexes going on around the planet at this time. Mostly around your beaches, your water areas. That's where if you're looking for a vortex, just go to a lake. Sometimes the lakes don't exactly have the most energies, but it depends on which lake you go to. You won't know. A spring also, you're looking to raise your vibration. That's what your springs are for. Most of humans aren't really ready to receive that. They do feel it. Your spring water can raise your vibration, but also it can even take a negative day and make it positive. It can do a great amount of detail. So basically you can throw your whole society, your whole planet into a spring, and you'll have a much happier world, basically. The problem is there's not a big enough spring right now to do that. I guess you can have it rain on you, but I don't think it's going to work out exactly the same way. It's better to swim through it, relax with it, and let your vibration connect to your higher self. And you become out a different person. Especially springs that are different colors, like greens, blues, yellows. They don't necessarily exist on your world, but those would help also, especially look at the colors. Same as your chakras, correct? You can raise your vibrations in different ways. Your world actually, you can be given the tools of how to change the color of your planet.
My name's Aaron of the Adventure League, here to help.
Right now it's too much bullshit for that to happen. Yeah, your planet's pretty much in adolescence age right now. It's actually connecting more with Mars than you might realize. There are actually vortexes connecting it to Mars. As for the history of Mars, will slowly be channeled, and even the healing of Mars, the healing ways of Mars will come through, basically for Reiki and things of that sort. Like Martian Reiki, yes, there's Galactic Reiki, there's also Jupiter Reiki, there's different types of Reiki, there's Martian Reiki, on and on and on, just to give your kids a little bit of an idea of how much you're missing out on, basically. It's another way of Galactic Reiki, or Martian Reiki for that matter, can actually release a lot of negativity that's been built up in your society, especially by Anunnaki. So basically, certain types of Reiki can clear out certain types of negativity, such as the Anunnaki, Zeta, so on and so on. So you can connect to different worlds and connect to the version of Reiki that they created. At least to get you started, at least. You can go on and on. There's different types. There's different everything. There's different humans, different colors of humans you haven't really connected to yet because you can't deal with what you got right now. As for your financial situation, some are kind of whining about that. We're not seeing any difficulties. It will go up and down, but understand even your government system, I know people don't want to hear this, will become actually very galactic. I believe in your lifetime, and without saying it, they'll act like it. It's going to take some time. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot of bullshit's going to have to be deflated from its ass. Yeah, a lot of bullshit Oh my God. It's slowly moving into your government right now. You can see it slowly moving in. I mean slowly, because that's where it starts. Because what is the biggest influence? It's your government system. What's the most corrupted? Your government system. So that right there needs to be healed for your world to follow. Because understand, they're putting a lot of regulations on your world, like for education, food, on and on and on. You know, a lot of the manipulations, a lot of the darkness is coming from them. So basically, they have to clean house, and they will slowly clean house. So if you're wondering where, you know, where the fungus is to clean out, that's where you put your energy towards right now. If you want to heal the world, heal your government. You might feel ill for a while, but you know, you'll get used to it. You won't, you know, when you're healing cancer, it takes a while. But also, you'll start to rejuvenate your energy. You might feel weak after. Anyway, I think I've said enough. Alright, take care. And have a nice reptilian day. Namaste. This is Agent M with MIB. Blessings, humans, creatures of whatever you want to call yourself. Right now, humanity is having a problem finding itself. We have quite understand. Right now, the galactic forces are not really trying to assist for your awakening, but also assist your safety. As many humans here have been completely manipulated, as you can see. We all do see openings in your third density. More fourth dimensional vibrations come through, but many are having difficulties connecting with that because their belief systems are saying no to what is around you. Interesting, I do see kangaroo beings are quite fun. Your society quite interesting, and of course there's a great amount of other beings that have not been quite heard by your humanity. Right now they're running scared, as I can feel it right now. Can you imagine a reptilian appearing in your society? How many are going to run and get their guns, let alone crap their pants? I think mostly crapping their pants would probably be the biggest one that would come first. This is why I do not see your aliens. This is why I much prefer to be channeled than to be seen, heard than seen. The fundamentals of your planet, this negative reaction from your humans has to change before any type of settling down can happen. As for what your status is, isn't very good right now. It's quite laughable, but we're doing you a favor, but also your planet is not doing itself a favor because you're not exactly getting along all that well as what we are seeing. So our advice to you, your religions, I know how wonderful they are and how welcoming they are, except when you don't agree with them, and they shove their belief systems down your throat, basically. And you're not exactly going to be welcomed anymore. That is what needs to be changed, is that your religions have to connect to each other and maybe not call it a religion at all. That is what's keeping a lot of humanity away. That is a lot of Anunnaki, Reptilian, all kinds of bullshit that you're not sure if you really want to know. A lot of this is done to keep you away. Basically, these are like cult societies that keep you from what's going on. So the lower vibrations can suck the energy out of you, have you eat meat, have you lower your vibrations, have you live a fucked up life, basically. Such as violence on your planet, that can be reversed. It all depends on you. How many are really let to go of the old ways? I understand many beings feel that you're an easy race to manipulate. Boy, where they got that from? So if you're a low vibrational being, you're going to come to this planet. And another thing about suicide and even rape, for that matter, is through lower astral. So you can say basically your planet is a lower astral density. It is connected to lower astral, as you might be aware of, because of so much negativity. You can pretty much open up a door to lower astral. So you're letting these ideas from lower astral manipulate you. That's why you have violence on your world, rape, whatever it is, because they want you to join them. They want you to murder, they want you to rape each other, or just lower your vibration so you'll go into lower astral so you can be part of their, so they can basically take over the light, basically. That's one way of looking at it. There's more to it than that, but that's the basics of it. So light and dark are always colliding with each other, you can say. And your planet has been immersed by lower astral beings. So you wonder why this is happening. It's because you left the door open, basically, and they all showed up. How to change that is change your mind, your way of life, where you cannot be manipulated by it so much. And send it love instead of anger and negativity. Especially when electronics stop working, you want to send a lot of negativity to those that made it. And it takes a lot of discipline to not fall into that trap. The idea is to fall into more of a positive energy, which is not easy to do, but we quite understand, especially when automobiles break down and things of that sort. So it's very difficult to connect to that vibration. You'd be surprised where you will go. You got a more positive outlook on everything that happened. Then you'll see this world transform. Instead of having a complaint department, you'll have a discussion department. Maybe you not always have to agree with everything, but at least have a more positive outlook to your issues that are going on. It's very difficult to connect with that, we're quite soon. It will take some time for your world to connect to that type of vibration. Right now it's closed in. Many entities don't want you opening up. They want you under their control. And so far it's working out pretty well as for the low vibration. Fear. There are fear monsters, you can say, fear vibrations. I program the body, program the mind very well. Another reason why it's reptilian, your mind is reptilian, because it's easier to manipulate. That is all we have. Take care. Say hi. We'll say hi to Hillary Clinton for you. She's in lower astral right now, so have a nice day. Good day.
It's a cold, hard world outside my window, where people don't know which way to go. I breathe you in 'cause your scent's still on my pillow. I stay home with you inside inside my head. We'll go undercover, I will be your lover. We're up through night and day. Come on, let me hear you say, let's go undercover. I wanna be your lover. I don't want the games they play. It's not us, so we better stay. Is this real? Could this be a new beginning? My whole world falls apart with just the thought of you. But there's a fire in my soul that keeps me spinning and screaming now, it's the time to follow through. We'll go undercover, I will be your lover. We're up through night and day. Come on, let me hear you say, let's go undercover. I wanna be your lover. I don't want the games they play. It's not us, so we better stay.
Greetings, this is I Am. Blessings. Sending you light, love, understanding of your human race. What is here of much discussion, isn't it? Questions of what is your humanity and its origins. Still, we hear it. We hear your call. The different versions of where your humanity was brought in, how it was seeded on this planet. A lot of it has to do with intentions. At one time, the insectoids thought they had this world to themselves. The reptilians, at one time, also. Yes, you could say it all. Then came the, actually more came the lion, or Lyran friends mostly, and other entities, of course, that saw this planet as a human environment. This is where a human can, because of the density of this world, it was so unusual compared to other planets. This is one of the reasons why it came to your, or why you came here, basically. Human was seated here to learn from this world and its ways. So you're wondering, yes, it has many vortexes that are unusual. Much of its environment is harsher than other world environments. This is why your human was chosen for this, but also your Mother Earth allowed it to happen also. Your reptilian insectoid was rejected. So your species can be rejected from different worlds, as they have been on this one. They are allowed to be here but not be the prominent species. So that's what's coming on. That's why human is everywhere, but also the harsh environment. Even during your Atlantis was still a harsh environment in its own way. So your animal friends are here to assist and be a part of it. But human is here to discover what it is to be human. Many beings are incarnating here as human to branch out to what is your version of human. That's why you all each have an incarnation here, to make it your own. And many take that for granted. It's like, oh, I'm human, I'm just here to watch TV and sit around all day. Far from it. You're here to explore and to change things. And many of you are changing things right now, of course. And even if you don't, that's fine. You just find another incarnation. Many of your animals here, you have your zebras and giraffes and things of that sort. Don't think their souls incarnate as human, then become a very lover of those animals. Because they wish to, their souls wish to experience what it is like to be human. So they come into this world as animal first, because they never had a human incarnation. And then they slowly evolve into the human existence. Of course, they take worlds that are a little bit easier than yours. Some don't. Some just say, I can handle it, and then they can't handle it, or things either way. You'd be surprised, most of you are wealthy are those that are been human the longest. They think they got it all figured out. They're taking the easy way in some ways, but not entirely. In some ways, yes, in some ways, no. Easier access, but also your CEOs of your big companies, you'd be surprised. Some of them might be a tall giraffe, incarnated as human, or a buffalo, or things of that sort, just to give it an idea. You'd be surprised what they're bringing their animal instincts into this human environment. Humans don't see themselves as animal, but you are very animal-like, in case you have not noticed. You still do things animals do. Yes, animals comb their hair in some ways. They might use their tongue to do it, but they still do it. Some do. You just use a comb, that's all. Yes, you're basically human baboons if you want to look at it. Baboons without hair, basically. Just a bunch of baboons.
No, I have not. That one's a little too
Which we find humorous. I forgot they're baboons. But either way, still humanity is still discovering its purpose. What is it? That's why there's really no, everyone has their own purpose. They're looking for purpose. You are here to invent that purpose. They're having difficulties doing that because they're so lost in this reality. It's not a reality that they would want for anybody because it's so negative here. It's hard to think. It's hard to think clearly, isn't it? It's hard to live a happy life because of all the burdens of life, of how to feed yourself, things of that sort. Basically, it's the little things that bring meaning to your life. It's the very small things. It's all in your mind also. You just have to find what it is. It's already in front of you. Little by little, some are always reaching out to things they cannot get. Does not mean it won't happen, but it will take time. You have to learn first for that. You receive it also. So there's many reasons why certain events have not happened, so you feel successful, feel like you have meaning in life. Everything takes time. You just have to find that patience within yourself, which is very hard to do, quite understand. Many are having very difficult, and unfortunately there are some here that, yes, think they know everything and make life very difficult for many because it's their way or the highway. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that on your planet also. This is making everything very difficult. You have to have money to be successful. And it's very unfortunate, but that is the way your humans are working your planet at this time. We will figure it out eventually, but right now it's in a negative trance. But you can make it, you can change it. But remember, it's the little things that matter. You don't have to worry about other things. Some are trying to force you into believing their own mindset because they cannot clear out their own negativity. Some are going through a depression right now, and they want others to think the same way they do, that way they can feel at home. They feel good about themselves. As they have a hole within themselves, basically. No happiness. Some do. A little bit at least, but you'd be surprised. Blessings. And good day.